everybody, this is Kodak here, and we are back with more Bakugan Wave 2. This time we're going to be taking a look at Core Man-to-Noid, one of only two new Core Bakugan introduced in the new wave. And like the other ones, Serpentes, both of them are Bakugan that already have an Ultra form available. In this case, we have Man-to-Noid Ultra, which I've already gone over in its own video. So this is the Core Man-to-Noid, to my understanding. The only packs I've been finding have been the single packs for the Core and the Ultra, so as far as I know, Ventus is the only attribute it comes in, which I guess makes sense. Mantises are typically known for being green, although they do come in basically every color, as does the actual original Man-to-Noid. Now, you know, Man-to-Noid, that's kind of a funny name now that I think about it. You know, it's like what happened when the Domino's had to fire their old delivery mascot. They had a conversation, Man-to-Noid. But either way, Man-to-Noid, it is of course a basic Bakugan, which means it's a lot chunkier, but this one actually looks really nice. Unlike a lot of the chunky characters like Dragonoid or Trox, this one actually looks really good, even if it does have that kind of hunched over, I'm gonna get you look to it inside the box. But I really like how it looks inside here. It'll be nice to see how it looks once we get it open. Although first, a quick look on the back. As it is a Core Bakugan, we just have Ultra Dragonoid's portrait there, and on the reverse side, we have another picture of Man-to-Noid along with the contents, Bakugan, Bakukores, and a character card. As a Core Bakugan, it does not come with an ability card, which I still think is a bit of a wasted opportunity, but down here we can see Dragonoid, Nilius, Pegatrix, and Serpentes. Funny thing is, the ones like Darkus Dragonoid and Aquos Nilius, these, as far as I know, they actually have like evolution support and stuff. So far it's only the Ultra Bakugan that were released in Wave 2 that don't have any evolution support. That's a bit weird, although they should be coming out in the second set. That's that preview at Toy Fair that apparently I forgot to take a photograph of. Sorry about that. But anyway, let's get this thing open. And here we have Man-to-Noid out of its box. It's a pretty basic Bakugan here, 502, which is about as average as you can get. There are so many Bakugan that are 502, with just a shield and fist core. Very, very basic. If I remember right, the Ventus Man-to-Noid Ultra is actually a 602, something that actually gives it some viability on a Ventus team, because Ventus tends to have kinda low G power and especially low damage, although there's like a Gorathon that's like 306, which might be worth looking at. We have some fun cores over here. We, of course, have the shield cores -100B, meant to disrupt opponent strategies, although, like I said, it's not as good as the -300B. And the fist is +100B, Ventus Chaos +3 damage. So that's actually a new one. It's a bit like the Pyrus Chaos one that I was using in my deck, and this is pretty similar to that, although I don't think I'd use it because the goal in that deck of Trox Ultra is not to deal damage, it's to win. So I'd be using something else entirely. But anyway, here is Man-to-Noid in its ball form. We of course have that nice bluish dark green along with the citrus green accents and a tiny bit of yellow, mostly on these, not a lot of yellow at all, just kind of that little bit right there. And of course we have that nice detail that I come to like. This seems like it's another good core design here, although those spaces there are a bit unusual. Not sure what those are designed for, but we got some pretty fun designs. So you got the screws on this side. There actually aren't a lot. It's not as crazy obstructive as a lot of things. We have the magnet there. Yeah, pretty basic design. It's very, very complex, especially around the legs, and it's really nice to see that because the light just kind of grabs onto the surfaces and the shadows just kind of sink in that help everything, all that detail really pop. That's the sort of thing I come to these for. So we have the launch out right there, so let's see how it opens. And here we are, Core Man-to-Noid. We get a pretty good look at this guy here. It's very, very basic, both in its color scheme and its design compared to its Ultra counterpart, Ultra Man-to-Noid, which is, like I've said, the Ultra Bakugan have all been really, really good looking. Man-to-Noid is no exception, but this little guy definitely has some stuff going for him. You can definitely tell what it is when it opens up. It's got the big ol' sides here, it's got the big ol' bug face here. It might be a little difficult to tell what this abdomen back here is supposed to be, and he actually looks like he has like a big ol' shell that's like covering and protecting his head here, although unlike the antenna on Ultra Man-to-Noid, which can kind of flip out, in this case they're molded into the head here. They're instead their own special marking on here, but otherwise it's a very simple design. Didn't really have a lot of spring in its jump, but like I said before, it's a core. It's not really meant to be that sort of high complexity. Still, a very nice design. Oh, but a bit of a mess on the paint job, I'm afraid. I mean, I can see the you can see on the front here, you can see where the antenna are supposed to be, and you can see the eyes, but boy, are these eyes sort of exceeding the border here. Like I said, that's kind of the basic quality you can get with some of these Bakugan sometimes. That's definitely a bit of a defect right there, although you can probably, that's the kind of defect that you should usually be able to notice from inside the packaging. And the core, like I said, I'm not quite expecting as much out of the core. I mean, this is, aside from this defect here, the Man-to-Noid here is definitely one of the better looking core Bakugan that I have seen with its large design. I mean, it doesn't feel, I mean, it definitely has very thick, heavy parts, but it doesn't feel like the chunk that I've been seeing a lot of them having. I'd say this is definitely better than Trox and Dragonoid. Not as awesome as Pegatrix. Pegatrix is a really tough act to follow, although the other core introduced in this set might be a good enough act for it. And closing is easy. You just kind of take it in your hand and just curl down the head, and boom, closed again. So that was a look at core Mantonoid. That was fun. All right. Until next time, we will be tuning in with the other core Bakugan that I have found at my local GameStop. Yeah, check your GameStops. They have been getting them randomly distributed, and if you don't find what you're looking for at one GameStop, there's actually a good chance that another GameStop will have it, because what they're doing at GameStop is they're essentially taking the big old boxes of 16, busting them open, grabbing 4, and just chucking it into a bin for the stores to show out, to take care of. And a lot of those 4s might be, because the Bakugan inside the box are grouped together, a store might get 4 of the same character. So don't lose hope if that's all you're seeing at your local GameStop. Maybe it might be a good idea to check some other ones. Until next time, this is Mantonoid Regular, and this is Kodak signing off.
Bakugan Brawl, it's a big brawl. Bakugan Brawl is for it all. Bakugan Brawl, standing tall, we're the awesome ones. Powers in our hand, take a stand.